Yes, it is good to have a partner and practice having real conversations, but if you don't have a partner, there are still a lot of different ways that you can practice speaking. I'm Teacher Mike, and I help adults like you learn real English that they can use in their daily lives. In this video, I'm giving you 8 easy ways that you can practice speaking English without a partner. These are the same 8 ways that I describe in my ebook, How to Practice Speaking English by Yourself and Why Everyone Should Do It, which is currently available on Amazon. I'm basically going to give you a quick summary of the whole ebook, so that you can learn the basic ideas that I talk about in it, even if you aren't able to purchase it on Amazon. But if you are able to purchase the ebook, I highly recommend doing that because there is a lot of extra information in it that I don't have time to talk about in this short video. The first thing that you need to understand is that the main goal of speaking practice is not to learn new things. That is usually the main goal of studying, and speaking practice is very different from studying. When practicing speaking, your main goal should be to use the things that you already know again and again, so that you are comfortable with them and can use them more easily in the future. A lot of people think that they need a partner to do this, and some people even think that their partner needs to be a native speaker. There are many reasons why people believe these things, but I think the biggest one is that they don't really understand what speaking practice is. They think that it's a time to listen to another person's accent, learn new things, and ask questions. And those are good things to do, but they are not the main things that you need to do if you want to improve your speaking. To improve your speaking, the main thing that you need to do is speak. Choose the things that you want to say and practice saying them. But if I'm speaking by myself, how will I know if I'm making mistakes? Just like when you are speaking with a partner, you won't always know if you're making mistakes. But practicing with mistakes is a million times better than not practicing. In the ebook, I talk about all of that in a lot more detail, but today, in this video, we're just going to keep it short and get started with the 8 ways to practice speaking. Number 1 is to speak to your mirror every morning. Talk about what you are going to do that day, how you feel, how you slept, what you are looking forward to, etc. And again, it's just practice, so don't worry about your sentences being perfect. Just try your best to use the language that you already know. And when you discover that there is a word or phrase that you don't know how to say in English, you don't want to interrupt your fluency, so just say it in your native language, continue speaking English, and when you are done, write it down so that you can look it up later. Number 2 is to do the same thing in the evening. However, because it's the evening, now you have more opportunity to practice speaking about the past. And if there are any words or phrases that you had to look up in the morning, now is your opportunity to practice using them more. Maybe in the morning you didn't know how to say, "I'm going to attend a meeting." So you looked it up and you learned the word attend. Now you have the opportunity to practice using that word in past tense. Today I attended a meeting. Number 3 is to speak to yourself all day, every day. This is very similar to talking to your mirror. However, you will be talking about the things that you are currently seeing and experiencing. For example, right now I'm sitting at my desk writing a script for a video. I had lunch about 1 hour ago, but I'm starting to feel a little bit hungry again. Maybe I'll go get a snack. And you can do this speaking out loud, or you can do this in your head. But if you are somewhere where you feel comfortable doing this out loud, that is what I recommend doing. And again, if there is a word or phrase that you don't know how to say in English, just say it in your native language, continue speaking, and look it up later when you have time. And because you can do this all day in all different types of situations, you're not just going to practice speaking, but you're also going to learn lots of new words. Number 4 is to prepare in advance for English conversations. I thought that everybody kind of did this naturally, but from reading thousands of your comments, it has become clear to me that many of you do not do this. So, for example, maybe you're on your way to the bank and you need to make a withdrawal. If you know that you might have difficulty saying, "Hi, I would like to make a withdrawal," repeat it to yourself again and again until you feel more comfortable with it. And again, you can do this out loud or you can do it in your head. If you are somewhere where you can do it out loud, that is what I recommend doing. However, doing it in your head can also be very useful. In fact, practicing sentences like this in your head is one of the main ways that you learn to think in English. Number 5 is to repeat after me when you watch my videos. When you hear me say something that you think you might want to say in the future, repeat after me. Or write it down so that you can practice repeating it later. Number 6 is to repeat the things that you hear on TV and in movies. It's similar to repeating after me, but it's nice because you're hearing the language used in a real situation. Because of this, you have a good idea of who that person is, how they feel, etc. And this gives you a better idea of how we really use the language in real life. And obviously, don't repeat everything that you hear on TV, but just do this when you notice something that sounds especially interesting or especially useful. And try to copy the speaker's tone and emotions. When we make practice feel real, this makes it more fun, and it also helps us to remember things more easily. Number 7 is to make flashcards with full sentences. If you regularly watch my videos, you already know how to use flashcards because I've talked about using them many times in the past. However, using flashcards with full sentences to practice speaking is a bit different from using flashcards to memorize vocabulary. Basically, you take sentences that you have just learned, or sentences that you sometimes have difficulty saying, and you write them down on flashcards so that you can review them and practice speaking them in the future, even if you don't have opportunities to use them often in real life. And number 8 is to read out loud. Anytime that you are reading something, speak the words that you are reading. And if a word or sentence is difficult or just doesn't feel right, read it a few more times until it feels better. And you can do this with anything that you read, not just books. Again, this was just a quick summary, and there is a lot more useful information in the ebook. So if Amazon is available in your country, I highly recommend checking it out. And I'll post a link to that below in the comments. And if you're interested in learning more about how to practice speaking by reading out loud, I recommend watching this video right here. Thank you for watching.